Good morning, students. Yesterday we have discussed phenols. Phenols are all properties, preparation all we have completed. Named reactions also we have discussed. Ramer-Tayman reaction, Cole-Base reaction, they are very important. Frequently in exam they will come in NEET exam. Ramer-Tayman reaction already 2 years back. Mechanism related question asked, intermediate related questions asked in medical exams. Okay, so keep in mind that today I will start ethers. So ethers means what? In ethers there will be carbon oxygen carbon linkage. In all organic compounds of ethers this linkage will be there. In general in textbook he will write ROR. R means what? Alkyl group. Alkyl group carbon there na. This side also carbon there na. So CO C linkage will be there. Ethers are classified into two types. Symmetrical ethers, unsymmetrical ethers. Symmetrical ethers means both sides of oxygen alkyl groups attached will be same. For example, symmetrical ether. Suppose CH3 CH2 O CH2 CH3 symmetrical. Phenyl groups attached, both same. Now unsymmetrical ethers, alkyl groups attached on either side of oxygen are different. So symmetrical, unsymmetrical. This is one type of classification. Next classification. Next classification of ethers is aliphatic ethers, aromatic ethers. Aliphatic ethers and aromatic ethers. Aliphatic ethers means only alkyl groups will be there. For example, R, O, R, both sides alkyl groups only there. For example, CH3, O, CH3, CH3, O, CH2, CH3. This type of examples are aliphatic, normal chain. In this aromatic ethers, there will be at least one benzene ring attached to oxygen atom. Means this one, there is one benzene ring attached to oxygen, or both sides there are benzene rings. This type of ethers are called aryl alkyl ethers. These are called diaryl ethers. Benzene is also called arene, so aryl group. So aryl alkyl ethers, diaryl ethers. Next, this type of classification is another. Next. Next one is IUPAC nomenclature of ethers. IUPAC nomenclature of ethers. Now already we have discussed in first year. Once again I am revising some important compounds in IUPAC nomenclature of ethers. How will you name ethers? ROR. One part we write as alkoxy alkane. This part any one side we call alkoxy part. Then alkyl group plus oxygen, alkoxy alkane. Okay, in this way we will write nomenclature of ethers. I will take examples, then you will understand. Suppose ether, common name, IUPAC name. Now observe, suppose CH3O CH3, CH3O CH2 CH3, CH3O CH3 CH3, then CH3 CH2 CH2 CH O CH3 CH3. Now one by one I will take. Suppose this compound, how will you name according to IUPAC nomenclature? Alkoxyalkane means this is taken as alkoxy. Alkane, one carbon there, methane. For example, CH4 there. CH4 means what? CH3H. Hydrogen is substituted by methoxy group. Actually, that is methane. Hydrogen is substituted by methoxy group. So, compound becomes methoxymethane, like that. So, in this compound, this group is taken as methoxy, methyl plus oxygen, methoxymethane. So, I will write methoxymethane. Now, common name is two methyl groups there. So, I will write dimethyl ether. Dimethyl ether. Now, here two groups there. Which group you should take like alkoxy? That group will be taken which is small. Small group is taken as alkoxy group, or that group which have less number of carbon atoms is taken as alkoxy group. So, here large more number of carbon atoms, main chain. This is a substituent. So, alkoxy group means here it is acting as substituent. This is main chain. That is why here methoxyethane. Methoxyethane. Common name ethyl group, methyl group. So, ethyl group this one is a methyl group. Alphabetically E comes first, that is why I will write ethyl, methyl, ether. Next compound observe. Always suppose this compound, actually this is propane. This compound is propane. In propane, hydrogen is substituted by OCH3 group. Means this is substituent you should take. Why I am taking this one as substituent? Because here less number of carbon atoms, here more number of carbon atoms. So, how should I give numbering? Treat all OCH3 group as a halogen alkyl group, like that. It should get a least number. So, 1, 2, 3. Any side you can give numbering 1, 2, 3. But you should not give numbering here 1, 2. That is wrong. So, 1, 2, 3 you should give. Maximum possible lowest number should get this substituent ether, ethoxy, alkoxy group. So, what is name of this compound? 2-methoxypropane. 2-methoxypropane. IUPAC common name what? Common name is methyl group isopropyl. This group is called isopropyl group. Now, no need of numbering. This group is isopropyl group. This group methyl group. So, how will you write name of this compound? Isopropyl methyl ether, or in some books he will write methyl isopropyl ether also, common nomenclature. So, you need not worry about it. So, generally iso is included in numbering alphabetization, means I also should be included in alphabetical consideration. That is why I came first than M. In some books he ignore this iso, methyl isopropyl ether he will write. No problem, because this is common nomenclature. Now, this compound observe. Always ether group, alkoxy group always acts as a substituent. So, least number it should get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, what is name of this compound? Name of this compound is 2-methoxy. How many carbons there? Pentane. 2-methoxypentane. Now, how can you write common name of this compound? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You cannot write secpentyl, because two possibilities there secpentyl. So, need not to write common name. I already explained starting class, first class of alcohols, secpentyl you cannot write. So, common name no need to write here. Here important is IUPAC nomenclature. Common names also sometimes asked here. No common name for this. Next example. Suppose if you take CH3 CH2 O CH2 CH3. What is name of this compound? This is a substituent ethoxy ethane or 1-ethoxy ethane also I can write. Okay, common name what? Diethyl ether, unsymmetrical ether this. Okay, like this you can write. Next, what is name of this compound? Methoxybenzene. Methoxybenzene. It is also called anisole. Anisole also considered as IUPAC name. Common name what? Phenyl group, methyl group. Methyl comes first, that's why methyl phenyl ether. Next, what is name of this compound? Ethoxybenzene. Common name is ethyl phenyl ether. Sometimes frequently this in exams also comes phenatol. Phenatol also we call. Next, copy them. Copy these examples. Next, some more examples I will write. Suppose what is name of this compound? Phenoxybenzene. Phenyl plus oxygen, phenoxy, any one phenyl group you can take. This is IUPAC. Common name what here? Common name I am writing. Diphenyl ether. This is common name. Next, some more examples. Write down. Some more examples I will give you. Now, write down. CH3 CH2 O CH CH2 CH3. Here one CH3. You pause video and try yourself. What is name of this compound? Tell me. Length of chain which side more? This side more. So 1 2 3 4. This is a ethoxy group. So 2 ethoxy butane. Okay, 2 ethoxy butane. Or otherwise this is what? IUPAC name. Common name what can you write? This is sec butyl ethyl ether. This one is a common name. That one is IUPAC name. Sec butyl group, this is ethyl group. Sec butyl ethyl ether. I have not considered this sec. That's why B comes first. That's why sec butyl ethyl ether. Next example, write down. CH3 CH2 O CH3 CH3. Sorry. Suppose if you take CH3 CH2 O CH3. Now tell me which is main chain you should select. This one. 1 2 3. This is a substituent. This one also substituent. So what will you write here? Methoxy methyl. This is methoxy. This one methyl. Both substituents. Which is first you should give? Meth same. Here O, here Y. Alphabetically O comes first than Y. That's why you should write first this substituent. So 2-methoxy 2-methoxy 2-methyl 2-methoxy 2-methyl propane. name of this compound, IUPAC name this is IUPAC name. Common name what? Tell me. This group what we call common name means ignore numbering. What is this group? That group is tertibutyl group. That group is tertibutyl group. So tertibutyl, this side ethyl group there. Ethyl, tertibutyl ethyl ether. Okay, tet ignore for giving alphabet. Tertibutyl ethyl ether or common name ethyl tertibutyl ether also you can write, but actually correct process is this is ignored. B is considered butyl ethyl ether, tertibutyl ethyl ether. Okay, this bond line formula also you should careful. This is bond line formula. With the help of this also he will ask questions. Next, suppose here methyl group there. What will you write? Methyl tertibutyl methyl ether or methyl tertibutyl ether. Methoxy group then, if methyl group there. Okay. Next. Next example. Write down. What is IUPAC name of this compound? 1, 2, 3. I think this over. What is name of this compound? 2-ethoxy propane. What is a common name? Isopropyl, sorry, ethyl isopropyl ether. Ethyl isopropyl ether is common name. This is a IUPAC name. Next, CH3O, CH2, CH2, O, CH3. Now both sides ether linkage there. So how will you name this? Both are acting as substituents. 1, 2. Both are acting as substituent. This type of questions asked. Why? Actually this is ethane. In ethane, this side one hydrogen replaced, OCH3 group placed. This side also one hydrogen replaced, OCH3 group placed. So how will you write? 1, 2 dimethoxy, 2 methyl group methoxy groups there na. So 1, 2 dimethoxy ethane, name of this compound. Okay. Suppose if we give question, how will you name this compound? Here 2 substituents there, ether groups. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. So here 1, 3 substituent position. From this side if you number 1, 2, 3, 4 means 2, 4 coming. Lowest set of locants rule you should apply. Term by term compare. 1 to which is lowest? This one lowest. So you should follow this numbering. So name of this compound is 1, 3 dimethoxy butane. 1, 3 dimethoxy butane. Next example, write down. Next example is suppose what is name of this compound? Tell me. 2 hydrogens replaced here, same carbon, 1, 2, 1, 1 dimethoxy ethane. Okay. Next, next compound is C6H5O CH2 CH2 CH3 CH3. This compound given in exam. C6H5 means how can you write? benzene ring. Now aromatic compounds and cyclic compounds. Writing names of such compounds, almost similar rules are followed. Here, benzene ring contain how many carbons? 6 carbons. This side how many carbons there? 5 carbons only there. Okay. So which side more there? Benzene side there. So benzene acts as main chain, this part substituent. Okay. So before also one example we have written OCH3. How did you write? Methoxy small 1 there. Here 6 carbons. That's why methoxy benzene. Last year we have studied na. Suppose this compound, how will you write name? This is ring. Ring 3 carbons only there na. So acts as substituent. 3, 4, 5. So 2 cyclopropyl pentane you will write. Suppose here ring. Same ring I will take, then you will understand. What is name of this compound? 1, 2, 3. Methyl cyclopropane or 1 methyl cyclopropane. Because here only 1 carbon, here 3 carbons. Same rules I am following here. Here name of the compound, how will you write? 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 methyl butoxy. This group is called butoxy. 1 butoxy, 3 methyl 1 butoxy benzene. Name of this compound. Okay, 3 methyl 1 butoxy benzene. At first position, this substituent there. That's why 1 butoxy benzene. This is substituent. So or you can write butoxy benzene also. For this benzene ring attached. Next, 3 methyl 1 butoxy benzene or 3 methyl butoxy benzene also you can write. Next example, C6H5 I am writing a benzene ring. O CH2 taken 6 times CH3. What is this 6 times? Already I told you to learn when this type like this given how to change. So how will you change that? CH2 given 6 times means you should change 6 times you should write a CH2. 3, 4, 5, 6, then CH3. Then what will you do? Tell me. That side more number of carbon atoms there. Here 6 carbon atoms. Now this is acting as substituents. At first position attached. So 1 phenoxyheptane we call. Now understand the nomenclature of this like that. Next. Next example, write down. Next example is suppose this question given. Now where will you start numbering? Tell me. Always you keep in mind ether group, alkoxy groups, halogen, NO2 group, nitroso group. Always this acts as a substituents. Alkyl group, all these acts as substituents over main chain. So this is a substituent like this methyl groups. Substituents there, how will you give numbering based on lowest set of locants rule. Suppose here OH there, you should start numbering from OH, but here not there OH. OH is main functional group then. Here OCH3 there means it is acting as substituent. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you give 1, 1, 1, 2 comes. If you give numbering here 1, 1, 2, 2 comes. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that give means. Lowest set of locants rule means term by term cancel. 1, 1, 1, 2 which is lowest, this one lowest. So I should give, I have given proper numbering. Now how to write name? This is methoxy. This one is methyl. Which comes first? Meth, same. OY, alphabetically O first. That's why I should start first writing methoxy substituent. 2-methoxy 1,1-dimethyl 1,1-dimethyl cyclohexane. Okay, next question, write down. Suppose question given is like this, then how will you write name of the compound? Tell me. Here this is acting as substituent. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4-ethoxy cyclohexene. 4-ethoxy cyclohexene. So compared to double bond also, this is least preference. Suppose CH2 double bond CH, CH2Cl. How will you give numbering? Some students ignore, consider this as functional group, they start numbering free from here. This is wrong numbering. So what is correct numbering? CH2 double bond CH, CH2Cl means 1, 2, 3. Means name of this compound is 3-chloro-prop-1-ene. If you give numbering from this side, 1-chloro-prop-2-ene come, that is wrong. Same like this, I am following here also. That alkoxy group, this is always acts as substituent. So double bond got more preference. So 4-ethoxy cyclohexene, or cyclohex-1-ene, or 1-cyclohexene. Generally you start numbering from here, so you can write cyclohexene, enough. Okay, you can write cyclohexene, enough. Next. Next example, write down. Suppose question given. How will you write name of this compound? Tell me. Which is main functional group? This one. This always acts as a substituent. So it should get least numbering. So what is name of this compound? 3-methoxy butane 2-ol. Like that, you can write enormous number of compounds. Suppose there, how will you write name of this compound? This should be given preference, that is acting as substituent. So what is name of this compound? 4-ethoxy pentane 2-1. All these we have learnt last year also. So this much this many compounds enough. Okay, this many number of compounds for your solving enough. You revise first year notes. There are so many examples I have given that time also. All this priority related, how to remember, all the things I have given in first year itself. You can revise and check. Next is methods of preparation. Methods of preparation of ethers. Write down. Methods of preparation of ethers. First method of preparation is from alcohols. Observe. Alcohol, for example, if you take ethanol, in presence of concentric H2SO4, at which temperature it will undergo ether formation? 2 moles of alcohol if you take, what happens? Already in alcohols this reaction came, you should practice. So 2 moles taken means water molecule removed, this gives diethyl ether or ethoxy ethane. So mechanism important for this reaction. Mechanism is H2SO4 first gives H plus plus HSO4 minus. Now CH3 CH2OH plus H plus. If you H plus protonate this oxygen, then what happens? CH3 CH2O plus this will form, this is protonated alcohol. Protonated alcohol. One more name for this is protonated alcohol, or we can also call ethyl oxonium ion, also we call ethyl oxonium ion. Ethyl oxonium ion. Next step is actually how many moles of alcohol I am using? 2 moles. Till now I have used 1 mole only. Now write down this CH3 CH2 O, here positive charge. Now one more alcohol there, CH3 CH2 OH. SN2 reaction. This reaction occurs through SN2. SN2 means the first transition state forms. Attack takes place from back side. So here oxygen carrying positive charge, unstable means what it will do? It try to drag electrons from this bonded pair of electrons, means this carbon becomes electron deficient. When this carbon becomes electron deficient, lone pair of electrons like to attack over this carbon. When they have attacked there, this is removed as water molecule. Before this thing happens, what happens? Transition state is formed. So SN2 reaction takes place here. What happens? Tell me. So how can I write? I am starting from here. CH3 CH2 OH. When lone pair attacked this carbon, oxygen becomes positive. Between oxygen and this carbon bond is formed. CH2 CH3 formed. Okay, this is diethyl oxonium ion. This is called protonated ethoxyethane. Protonated ethoxyethane, or it is also called oxonium ion. Oxonium ion means both sides ethyl groups there. Ethyl oxonium ion means one side only ethyl group there. Or for your remembering, you can remember diethyl oxonium ion. Now next step what happens? Tell me, can you guess? Now here oxygen carrying positive charge, unstable, so it will drag the electrons towards itself. So CH3 CH2 O CH2 CH3 forms plus H plus forms. In this way reaction takes place. Finally ether came. Okay, this is mechanism of H plus HSO4 starting there na, that both will convert back into H2SO4. H2SO4 is catalyzing this reaction. So alcohols at 413 Kelvin gives ethers by this mechanism. Mechanism important to learn. NCERT book also given this, HSC book also given, mechanism properly learn. Next step, you should be careful while doing this reaction. Suppose alcohol, if you exceed temperature 413 above, means 443 Kelvin, if you brought, what happens? Alcohol changes into alkenes. That you should be careful. Then suppose if you take isopropyl alcohol in presence of concentric H2SO4 413 Kelvin, do not yield completely ether. Major product is alkene. What happens here? OH group there. Here CH2 H there, or I can write here also CH2 H. Water molecule removed. What happens? CH3 CH double bond CH2 forms. So when you take secondary alcohol when you take, alkene comes. Along with that, one more reaction also happens. CH3 CHOH. Isopropyl alcohol this. Along with that product, ether also forms. So ether forms or not? Write down that ether CH3 CH3 this part. Then O, now this part CH CH3 CH3. What is this compound? Diisopropyl ether. Diisopropyl ether. What is IUPAC name of this compound? 1, 2, 3. This 1, 2. 1-methyl because on first position methyl group attached. 1-methyl ethoxy 1-methyl ethoxy propane. Okay, like this you can write 1-methyl because 1, 2 this here attached to oxygen, here first carbon. So this group 1, 2 on this methyl group attached, that's why I can write 1-methyl ethoxy propane. Sometimes he will write in book isopropoxy propane also. This group he will take as isopropoxy propane, like that. Next, so two compound here, major product, majorly this formed, minor product this compound is formed, diisopropyl ether. Okay, so concentric H2SO4 413 Kelvin, secondary alcohol. This is what isopropyl alcohol. If you take diisopropyl ether coming. Next, next is, suppose if you take tertiary alcohol, this is tertibutyl alcohol. I am actually again and again writing, I have taught you also, again and again if I write, again and again if I speak, it will make you remembering more time, that's why I am writing. So if you take concentric H2SO4, what happens? Here no ether at all forming. Why? Tertiary alcohols are more susceptible to formation of alkene rather than ether. So here isobutylene formed, common name. Why isobutylene? Second last carbon methyl group dena, that's why. What is IUPAC name? 2-methylpropanene. 2-methylpropanene. Now tetrabutyl alcohol given, isobutyl alcohol. So order of reactivity of alcohols. In this reaction, what? Primary alcohols giving 100% ethers. Secondary alcohols, majorly alkene coming, minor product ether coming. Tertiary alcohol not at all giving ethers. Or very minute amount, 1% only ether forms. So among primary, secondary, tertiary alcohols, which is more reactive towards formation of ethers? At 413 Kelvin, primary alcohols are more reactive than secondary than tertiary. Keep in mind. Then same reaction, what you have carried out, CH3CH2OH, 2 moles. Already I have taught you this. Alumina also you can use for dehydration. 525 Kelvin. Or I have taught you 533 to remember, because 633 gives alkenes, gives CH3, CH2O, CH2, CH3, ether comes. Next, copy it. Actually this method is not suitable method for preparation of ethers, because observe, suppose if you take two different alkyl groups in presence of concentric H2SO4 413 Kelvin, what happens is A, B there is chance of reaction between A and A, B and B, A plus B. Means what happens? ROH plus ROH. What happens? Water molecule removed. R dash OH plus R dash OH. Water molecule removed. Then ROH plus R dash OH. Water molecule removed. Means how many products forms? ROR plus R dash O R dash plus ROR dash. Actually 3 products forming. Generally any reaction if we carry out we would like to form only one product, then we call it as best yield. More percentage of one product formed only, generally that reaction we call fruitful reaction. Means in industrial way, industrial approach is one product formed means that is a good reaction. But here more than one product, 3 products forming, and also these are mixture of product, same product not forming. Before we have done CH3 CH2 OH, 2 similar, that's why it had given CH3 CH2 O CH2 CH3. Here only one product forming, but here more than one product forming. If you take different alcohols, means this method is not best method for preparation of unsymmetrical ethers, because here you have prepared symmetrical ether, both sides similar alkyl group. If you try to prepare unsymmetrical ether among these, what, tell me? This is unsymmetrical, alkyl groups different na? Along with unsymmetrical ether, these 2 compounds also forming. Other than this, these 2 is treated as impurities. So this is not best method for preparation of unsymmetrical ethers. Okay, this method is useful for preparation of only symmetrical ethers. That's why next one more scientist proposed other method of preparation, that is Williamson ether synthesis. This is best method for preparation of unsymmetrical ethers also. Okay, next. Next one is, write down, Williamson's ether synthesis. Is very important, most frequently questions asked in a competitive exams. Williamson ether synthesis involves alcohol when reacts with sodium, already covered. This is acidic hydrogen. So any metal comes, it can easily remove that acidic hydrogen. So RONA plus half hydrogen gas released. For your practice sheets given, in that one question given like this, NaNH2. NaNH2, what it will do? Na plus NH2 minus. This abstracts this hydrogen, that gives ammonia plus RONA, ammonia gas released as effervescence. One question I have seen. So acidic hydrogen, this NH2 minus abstracts. Grignard reagent also abstracts this proton, gives CH4. This is also effervescence comes. Here also effervescence comes. But sodium bicarbonate do not react. No effervescence. This question there in our practice sheet. Somewhere I have seen, that's why I have solved. Keep in mind. Good question that. Next. Anyway, now our topic is Williamson ether synthesis. Williamson ether synthesis means, so acidic hydrogen removed as hydrogen gas. So RONA, sodium alkoxide formed. Now the sodium alkoxide contains RO minus RX. If you take what happens? R X bond means what? Alkyl group. This halogen more electronegative, means delta minus delta plus. Negative charge, this acts as nucleophile, attacks, or this R, this X is removed as X minus, means here SN2 reaction happening gives RO R dash plus, RO R or R dash, anyone you can take, plus NaX forms. This reaction is SN2. SN2 means which is more reactive? Primary alkyl halides are more reactive in SN2. So this reaction gives best yield when you take primary alkyl halides. That is important point. Next I am going to write reactions. Secondary alkyl halides, if you take, alkene also formed along with ether. Tertiary alkyl halide, if you take, completely ether forms. Okay. So primary, secondary, tertiary alkyl halides, keep in mind. So example, observe. Suppose CH3ONa plus CH3CH2Br taken. Now what happens, tell me? Here O minus, here Br carbon bond, Br more electronegative, delta plus delta minus, reaction proceed SN2. So it attacks this carbon. So bromine removed. What is happening? CH3, CH2, this part I have written. Then OCH3. OCH3 formed. So methoxyethane formed. Suppose if I take CH3, CH2, ONA taken plus CH3 Br taken, delta plus, delta minus. Here O minus Na plus. Now this will attack electron deficient this carbon. So what is product here? This bromine is removed as Br minus, CH3, CH2, O, CH3. Now both reactions SN2, but he will ask a question R1, R2. Which reaction rate? Rate means what? Which reaction occurs? Speed. So he will give options. For this reaction he will give options, two reactions. We will give options A, R1 greater than R2, B, R1 less than R2, C, R1 equal to R2, D, none of the above. What is the answer? He will ask. So what will you write? Last year we have discussed SN2 reaction. SN2 reaction key point what? Carbon bearing halogen. Carbon carrying halogen should be more positive. Why it should be more positive? When carbon carrying halogen is more positive, nucleophile can attack easily that more positive carbon carrying halogen. Why? Nucleophile always loves to attack more electron deficient centers. More electron deficient centers it always search where more electron deficient center there. Among these two, which is more electron deficient? This is more electron deficient. Why this is more electron deficient? Observe among these two compounds, CH3 Br. Here CH3, CH2 Br. Which is more delta plus, delta plus. Now here there is one plus I group decreases positive charge over this carbon, whereas here what are there? Hydrogens there. No plus I group. So plus I group is causing decrease in positive charge over this carbon. Here no plus I group, no plus I causing alkyl group. So here more positive charge accumulated, here less positive charge accumulated. Okay, means nucleophile, any nucleophile among these. Nucleophile means electron rich species. Any nucleophile attacks that carbon which is carrying more positive charge. So among these two, this reaction proceed faster rate than this reaction. So answer is what? R2 greater than R1. So answer what? R1 smaller than R2. Like this he will give question. This is good question. Next. That's why you should learn 11th class SN1, SN2 of alkyl halides, SN1, SN2 of alcohols, E1, E2 of alkyl halides, E1, E2 of elimination. All together you should learn and compare that chapter, this chapter. Okay, in NEET exam 11th, 12th both questions asked. You should not neglect that 11th class over, no need to study. That 11th class, now I am in 12th class, like that situation you should not develop. Okay, 11th class chapters also important. All interconnected, organic means. Physical 12th class topics very less connections there, but in organic all chapters interconnected. You should work out that chapters also more thoroughly, that 3 chapters. Basic concepts of chapter, hydrocarbon, alkyl halides, aryl halides, 3 chapters you should work out properly, otherwise that links don't come. So this quarantine time utilize properly, all topics thoroughly practice. What I have said, you should complete total organic by May 31st maximum possible, you finish, then you can get more time to revise organic reactions. Now next reaction observe. Suppose ONA plus CH3Br. What happens here? O minus Na plus. Here this is acting as a nucleophile. through this negative charge it will attack here. Here delta plus development, delta minus, it is removed. Here OCH3 comes plus NaBr comes. Whereas in exam he will ask these questions. Oppositely if you take, means here Br plus CH3ONa take minus, it will attack Br minus remove. If you write OCH3 plus NaBr, same compound preparing na, why can't you write like that? Student thinks, but this reaction not possible because last year we have studied in alkyl halides, we have studied point. Here bromine is involved in resonance. Resonance involved means what happens, that bromine carbon bond got partial positive character. Here resonance there na, resonance there. When partial double bond character got, what happens, difficult to break this double bond due to resonance stabilization. When difficult to break means CH3O minus cannot replace Br minus. It is difficult to remove bromine as Br minus, means this reaction not possible. Okay, that is aromatic nucleophilic substitution reaction over aryl halides, vinyl halides. Same like this, you will ask this question also. CH3ONa plus CH2 double bond CHBr. This reaction also not possible. Why? This bromine is involved in a resonance. Already resonance taught you, that's why I have given you backup 11th class topics that lesson carefully practice properly. Here resonance there. Resonance means how it is there. Double bond Br plus, so difficult to break this bond. Difficult to break this bond because it had acquired double bond character due to resonance. That's why this reaction also not occurs. So if you expect this product, this question given in repeaters exam, CH2 double bond CHOCH3 plus NaBr not comes. This reaction not happens. So if you want this compound, what should you do then? If you want that compound, what should you do is CH3Br, CH2 double bond CH, O, Na you should take. So this will attack here. So it will give CH2 double bond CH, O, CH3 comes plus NaBr comes. Okay. Otherwise reverse if you take, means CH2 double bond CH, Br plus CH3ONa if you take, this reaction not occurs. Same like this. Suppose if you take ONa plus sodium phenoxide, we call this, already thought na, phenols come na, sodium phenoxide this, Br. Suppose O minus attacks, Br minus removed. Diphenyl, can it form? Not formed. Why? Aromatic nucleophilic substitution difficult to occur. So here reaction not occurs. That compound not forms. This type of questions frequently asking in exams. Okay. Next. Next reaction is CH2 double bond CH, CH2Br plus, suppose if you take CH3ONa, can this reaction occurs? Of course occurs, because if you remove Br, this side, this is causing a minus I effect, this side bromine more electronegative, so delta positive charge more accumulated. So this will attack here, Br minus removed, CH2 double bond CH, CH2 OCH3 comes. Like this, one more question there. I will give you one more question like this model there. Note down. Suppose if you take ONa plus CH2 double bond CH, CH2Br. Can this reaction occurs? Of course occurs. Why? here no resonance between this double bond and bromine. Resonance when it is present CH2 double bond CH, B are there, resonance there. Here no resonance because A double bond B, single bond C, single bond D, lone pair. No, A double bond B, single bond C, lone pair means resonance. So this condition occurs. So B are removed. So what is product formed? O CH2 CH double bond CH2 forms. Okay, this is called allyl phenyl ether. This is which group? Allyl group this. So allyl phenyl ether. Next, or phenyl allyl ether he will write in exam. This reaction occurs. Next, what is the limitation of Williamson ether synthesis? That point important. In Williamson ether synthesis, only primary alkyl halides used. If you use tertiary alkyl halides, completely alkenes comes. When you use secondary alkyl halide, you get mixture of alkene and ether. So when you use primary alkyl halide only, totally ether comes. So suppose if you take this compound, then if you try to prepare actually reaction, what should have been happened? Suppose this attack there carbon, because carbon plus Br minus, it should give plus NaBr. Means what is this compound? Methyl tetrabutyl ether, or tetrabutyl methyl ether also you can write, because common name that tetrabutyl group this. But this compound cannot be formed if you take tertiary alkyl halide. Why? Because tertiary alkyl halide if you take, what happens? Tertiary alkyl halide taken means here there is a steric hindrance. Steric hindrance there. When steric hindrance there, here nucleophile, actually Williamson ether synthesis occurring through SN2 reaction, this nucleophile should attack from back side. Due to steric hindrance, this nucleophile cannot attack from back side. So what happens? This compound first forms carbocation. First forms, instead of undergoing SN2 reaction, it is forming carbocation. So carbocation forms. Now CH3O minus comes. CH3O minus, what we are expecting? Substitution means what? This will attack our carbon. But instead of acting as nucleophile means nucleophile always attacks carbon. It acts as base because it is a strong nucleophile. Instead of acting as nucleophile, sorry, I am changing my words. Instead of acting as nucleophile, it acts as base because it abstracts this proton here. Actually, if it acts as nucleophile, it should attack carbon having positive charge. But that function it is not doing. So it is attacking over edge carbon plus adjacent carbon, removing proton. When negative charge carrying species, abstracts proton, that called base. So instead of acting as nucleophile, it is acting as base, abstracting proton. So when acts proton abstracted, electron jumped there. So what happens here? C double bond CH2 CH3 forms. Okay, this compound is formed. Isobutylene formed. So this compound, this reaction occurs. Product what? This one, not this one. Okay. Next question. Then how will you prepare that methyl tetrabutyl ether? That question also asked. In order to prepare butyl methyl or methyl tetrabutyl ether, what are the combination of alkyl halide and this is alkoxide, sodium alkoxide you should take. Like that you will give different combinations in A, B, C, D options. How will you prepare that? He will ask question. Okay. Now How will you prepare? Reverse you should take. Reverse means what you should take? Tell me. What you should take is observe CH3 C CH3 ONA plus CH3 Br if you take. What happens now? This is a primary alkyl halide. Williamson ether synthesis occur over primary alkyl halide very easily, but tertiary alkyl halide taken means before alkene came na. So now this negative charge attacks here. Br removed. Here no steric hindrance. Why no steric hindrance? These hydrogens. No steric hindrance, so that negative charge can attack easily. Bromine easily removed. So what happens? CH3 C CH3 CH3 O CH3. So methyl tetrabutyl ether is easily formed. Okay. Next, in some exam I have seen this question also. Neopentyl bromide. Neopentyl bromide. If you add sodium ethoxide, ET he will give, means ET means CH2 CH3. CH3 CH2 ONA, you can write that. What is product he will ask. So what will you write? Generally students will do Br, they will replace with OCH2 CH3, but reaction happens like this. So this reaction actually what happens is first CH3 C CH3 CH2 Br, here steric hindrance there. Here there is steric hindrance, so CH3 CH2 O minus cannot attack from back side. Cannot attack from back side because steric hindrance there. So first it will form carbocation. First it will form carbocation. Now already I have taught you carbocation rearrangement. Here there is possibility of carbocation rearrangement. So what happened? CH3, here CH3, then CH2, CH3, here positive charge came. Now that compound I am taking here. CH3, carbon carrying positive charge, then CH2, CH3, that compound. Now this CH3, CH2, O minus Na plus, now I am taking that. Instead of acting as a nucleophile, it acts as base, abstracts proton. So when it abstracts proton, what happens? CH3, C double bond, CH, CH3, here CH3 comes, means 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 methyl but 2 comes. One more possibility there. This base CH3 CH2O minus, instead of acting as nucleophile, acting as base, na carbon plus elimination alcohols we have studied, na carbon plus adjacent, here also hydrogen there, here also one more hydrogen there, here also hydrogen it can remove. But when hydrogen removed there, CH2 double bond C, CH3, CH2, CH3. Here also possibility there, na. Here how many hyperconjugation there? 3, 5, alpha, alpha, 5 hyperconjugation. Here how many hyperconjugation there? Alpha, 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 9 hyperconjugation. This is major product, this is a minor product. So this compound prepared. Like this you will give questions. So sodium ethoxide there, tertiary alkyl halide, or it is primary alkyl halide only. Still it is undergoing elimination instead of undergoing substitution. Alkene formation means what? Elimination happening rather than substitution. Here also elimination happening. Before we have discussed this point. Here also what we call this? Elimination taking place. So in elimination, here this acts as base and abstracts proton. Before we have written this. So here also, due to steric hindrance, though it is primary alkyl halides, due to steric hindrance, substitution not taking place, SN2 also not taking place, because steric crowding there na, so first rearrangement occurs, finally elimination taking place instead of substitution. This question also very important, frequently giving in exams. He will ask question, what happens when neopentyl bromide reacts with sodium ethoxide or methoxide? Neopentyl bromide means what? This is neopentyl bromide. Neopentyl bromide gives 2-methyl butene. Then suppose if you take CH3, one question I will write down. Suppose if you take CH3 CH2ONA plus CH3 CH isopropyl bromide, what happens? Actually Williamson ether synthesis means what? Negative charge, here delta plus there, delta minus there, this should remove, finally it should give CH3 CH3, this part attached here, O CH2 CH3, ethyl isopropyl ether should come. Now but here this is not primary alkyl halide. Along with this compound, this forms carbocation. So when this forms carbocation, it acts as base instead of nucleophile, proton abstracted. So double bond CH2 comes, alkene coming. So this is forming major product, this is forming minor product. Percentages no need to remember. For your clarity I am writing percentages, these no need to remember. So here percentage is propene forming 78%, this one forming 22% only, ether. Are you understanding what I am saying? You have taken secondary alkyl halide, in this elimination product dominates substitution product, whereas tertiary alkyl halide if you take, completely elimination product coming. Okay, completely elimination product coming. Like that examples he will ask in exam. This is regarding Williamson ether synthesis. Next. Next one is, already this we have discussed, from dry silver oxide if you take, what happens? Already over this, again writing actually, sorry. Dry silver oxide if you take, what happens? Tell me. CH3 CH2 O CH2 CH3 ether forms plus 2AgBr over this reaction. Next reaction, CH3 CH2 OH plus diazomethane CH2N2 in presence of hydroborofluoric acid HBF4 if you take, it gives CH3 CH2 OCH3 plus N2 gas evolved. Here OH bond there na, CH2 inserted here. Insertion reaction also we call this, already I have discussed. Carbenes, intermediate carbene I have given, you can check in that. So ether preparation. These are methods of preparation of ethers. Next class we will discuss properties of ethers. Thank you.